In this video, we're going to be showing you how to do a front brake change on a 99 Nissan Altima. The things you need for this project are brake pads, brake lube for the brake pads, PB blaster just in case if the bolts are stuck, ratchet in size 14mm socket, tire iron, jack stands and jack to hold the car and lift it in the air. So you loose the bottom pin. After you get the bottom pin out, you open up the caliper like a clam to remove these brake pads. These are the old ones. You don't need the old ones. So once you get the tire off, these two caliper pins are what hold the brake pads in to stop the car. What we're going to do is just loosen this bottom one and take this one off so we can open the whole caliper open like a clam. This right here is called a piston. This piston, when you step on the brake pedal, it compresses to the brake pad to stop the rotor from spinning. And now since we took the old brake pad off, we got to compress it back in so it can fit when you put the new brake pad on. So what we can do is just take an old brake pad and a C-clamp and use this C-clamp to compress that piston so the new brakes can fit on to the caliper. It's kind of a cheat way, so you don't need a special tool. You just spin the C-clamp until it doesn't spin anymore. When it doesn't spin anymore, that's how you know the piston is compressed all the way. Just take it all back out, and voila. Once you get that piston compressed, you want to take your new brake pads and apply brake grease. You apply these brake grease on these 4 spots on the brake pads. What this does, it allows the brake pads to move forward and backward more freely when you compress and decompress the brake pedal. What we're going to do now is, after we lubed up our brake pads, is we're going to put these brake pads where they need to go on the rotor. Like so, and then one on the back, like so. After you get those on, you close your caliper and you get your pin, and you also have to lube up your pin. Slide it back in there. Take your ratchet and tighten it. You usually just want to make it firm, snug, not too tight. Like that should be good. And voila. You have to loosen these up before you get the car in the air. The reason for that is because if you have the car in the air and you try using your tire iron to get these off, the whole tire will just spin with it. So it's just, you're really not going to get anywhere with it. After you get the tire off, take this bottom pin off. One of our lights got a notification. After you get the caliper pin out, open up the caliper, take out the old brakes, take one of those old brakes, stick it right there to compress this piston, like before on the other side. You just spin it until it doesn't spin anymore. Take your new and improved brakes. Don't forget to lube them up. We had already done that. Stick them in there like so. Take the back side. Stick it in there like so. Close the caliper. Take your lubed up caliper pin. Slide it on in there and twist. Now remember, we only just want to make this snug. We don't want to make it too tight or too loose. After you get your brake pads on there, you take your tire, throw it back up there. You can use your foot to hold it in place. And you just want to hand tighten it here because, again, if you try to use a tire iron to tighten these, you're not going to get far because the whole tire will just spin with the tire iron. If you can't get something, we tried a technique called cuss at it. I'm not going to try it because I just got it. After you get the job done, you want to get the jack stand and jack out from underneath the car. Be very careful when lowering. That is something different. Take your tire iron. To tighten it, you want to turn clockwise.